Welcome to Pluralsight. I'm Ross Pagurtis. This course is Application Layer Protocols for the CCNA 200-125 and 100-105 exams. That's the CCNA exam and the ICND-1 exam, respectively. At this point in our education about CCNA technologies, we've really covered all the things we need to know at the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, and transport layer to set up and build a system that can move traffic from one point to the other. However, being able to move traffic is fantastic, except we need some traffic to move, and that's where application layer protocols come in. I want to take a look at the few common protocols that we encounter often, and of these protocols that we're going to take a look at, everything else works very, very similarly to these protocols in some way, especially for a network engineer who's trying to solve problems with moving packets. We don't necessarily need to know a ton about how applications work, but we do need to know that we as network engineers have to pass the traffic for applications. So let's take a look at how a few of these work and how we can set up and use them to test and experiment in our lab environments. So here's what I'd like to talk about: HTTP, FTP, File Transfer Protocol. We're going to look at Telnet and SSH. We've already looked at both of those protocols, but what I want to do now is do some capturing in Wireshark and see the difference between Telnet and SSH operation so we can see why SSH is so valuable. And I really want to implement and demonstrate each one of these protocols, as I said earlier, so that you can implement them in your own labs and use them for testing. This is going to become very valuable, being able to set up an HTTP server or have a device that we can Telnet or SSH to when we move into the next course, which is access control lists, where we're actually going to be filtering traffic, and we can use some of these protocols as mechanisms to test our access control lists.